I trusted her completely until I discovered the truth. I thought I knew everything about the person I loved. Every laugh, every secret, every quiet moment. We shared it all. But little by little, signs appeared, hidden messages, strange excuses, late-night calls. My heart tried to deny it, but the truth hit me harder than I could have imagined. She was cheating. Betrayal had been quietly unfolding right under my nose. The following weeks were a whirlwind of shock, grief, and self-reflection. This is my story of love, deception, and survival. I had always trusted her. Every laugh, every secret shared, every quiet moment between us felt like an unbreakable bond. I believed in us, in the life we had imagined together, and I never considered that everything could collapse in an instant. It started with small things, late replies to messages, phone calls she quickly ended when I entered the room, subtle tension I couldn't name. I tried to dismiss them, telling myself I was overreacting, but deep down, a knot of unease tightened in my chest. Something was off. One evening, I came home to find her sitting silently on the couch, staring at her phone. I asked about her day. She smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. "Just tired," she said, her voice hollow. I nodded, but suspicion had already rooted itself in my mind. Over the next few weeks, the unease grew. I noticed hidden apps on her phone, cryptic messages she quickly erased, secretive laughter over text. Each revelation made my heart pound with a mix of fear and disbelief. I didn't want to see the truth, but my intuition screamed that it was already happening. Then came the night that changed everything. I had stayed late at work, my phone buzzing constantly with notifications I ignored. When I walked in, the apartment was quiet. Too quiet. And then I saw it. A message left open on her laptop. A conversation that made my blood run cold. "I can't stop thinking about last night. Meet me again." The realization hit me like a punch. The woman I loved, the person I trusted more than anyone, had betrayed me. My hands shook, my vision blurred. I wanted to confront her, scream, demand answers, but the fear of what I would find kept me frozen. Days passed in a haze. I confronted her carefully, trying to gather the truth without losing control. At first, she denied everything, tears welling in her eyes, a performance of innocence that made me question my own mind. But pieces of evidence kept surfacing. Messages, receipts, casual remarks that didn't align. The betrayal wasn't a mistake, it was deliberate. Every memory became tainted. The laughter, the late-night conversations, even the small gestures I had cherished, all felt like lies. And yet, the hardest part wasn't anger or sadness. It was the sense of disorientation, the collapse of trust, and the emptiness of realizing someone you love can be a stranger hiding behind a familiar face. I withdrew from friends, from life, trying to process the devastation. Sleep became impossible. Every shadow in the apartment felt like a reminder of the deceit. Every phone buzz, a potential new secret. I felt trapped in a web I couldn't escape, and the betrayal consumed every corner of my mind. One night, unable to endure it any longer, I sat with her in silence. The tension was unbearable. Finally, I said, I know about him." Her face went pale, eyes wide with shock. Or was it fear of being caught? For the first time, the truth spilled out. The confession was messy, painful, and complete. She had been seeing someone else for months. Each lie, each denial, each hidden smile was part of a carefully constructed illusion. She loved me, she said, but had found someone who made her feel something else. I wanted to scream, to collapse, to erase the past, but there was nothing left to do but listen. In the days that followed, I moved through a haze of grief and anger. I questioned every memory, every feeling, every promise we had shared. But slowly, something remarkable began to happen. Through the devastation, I started to see my own strength, the resilience I had ignored, the courage I hadn't acknowledged. I realized that betrayal, as painful as it was, didn't have to define me. I began to reclaim my life. I took walks I had avoided, reconnected with friends, and started journaling every thought, every pain, every revelation. Writing became a way to process the betrayal, to make sense of the chaos, and to find meaning in the destruction. Months passed. The sting of betrayal dulled, though it never disappeared entirely. I learned to forgive, not to excuse her actions, but to free myself from the constant ache of anger. I learned that trust, once broken, could not always be restored, but life itself could be rebuilt. And then, one evening, as I watched the sunset bleed over the city, I understood the full lesson. Betrayal, loss, deception, they were devastating, yes, but they also illuminated the parts of myself I had ignored. My strength, my values, my capacity for love, and my ability to survive. I had endured, and I had emerged not weaker, but wiser, stronger, and more aware. I never saw it coming, and I never expected to endure the pain, but the truth changed me. It was brutal, it was raw, and it hurt more than I could have imagined, but it also freed me. And in that freedom, I found myself again. The apartment felt lighter. I no longer feared the shadows or the silence. Each breath, each heartbeat, each step forward was a reminder that life continues, even after trust is shattered. And while the betrayal remained a scar, it became part of the story of my resilience, of my survival, and of my awakening. I had loved, I had been deceived, and I had risen from the ashes of that illusion. And for the first time in months, I smiled. Not out of joy, not yet, but out of acknowledgement. I had survived, and I would continue to rise.